Okay, sup, you chuckle fucks. It's your boy Dark Raku here with what if what if Akumu had taken over Issei's body? Now, before I should continue on, I should mention one thing. I couldn't really use my recording app because, well, entirely it just wants to be a piece of shit and it won't let me fucking do it. So I'm gonna figure out what the fuck is happening later. But of course, I'm gonna do this what if. So yeah, of course, pretty much. So yeah, I'm gonna have to use my fucking actual phone recording. So yeah, probably gonna be short, not that long. But other than that, let me begin into this what if, and let me shut the fuck up. So we begin into mostly Akumo. Akumo kind of wakes up the next morning. Of course, well, for some reason he feels like he has a heart. The next morning, for some reason, he doesn't care. He ignores it entirely. He just goes on with his daily life. Training with Taijin Jin. He also kind of does his like paperwork and other shit. Deals with Akuno. Well, not Akuno. Mostly the other girls that kind of are in love with Issei. And just entirely has been kind of not the greatest day. But yeah. Of course, with that happening, we go into mostly Issei. Well, not Issei. Mostly Akumo kind of just dealing with all that. Of course, he's going back home, but this where, well, he feels something strange. Someone tries to attack him, which he managed to just dodge. It was a guy with kind of whitish hair, palish white skin, and of course, yellowish eyes. He kind of looks like this. Let me show you. He looks like this, but yeah, he looks like this kind of guy, whitish hair, kind of short, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly palish skin and yellowish eyes, with mostly his clothing kind of looking kind of dead off. But yeah, his name is Nightmare Akuro. But that's where, well, mostly Akuma doesn't know. So yeah, mostly this guy says, yo, so you're the Nightmare Aku. That's what your name is, isn't it? That's where, well, mostly Aku kind of says, who the hell are you? Oh, my name is easy. My name is Akuro. Or, yeah, Akuri. Akuro? I don't fucking care. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly he kind of says, and you, I gotta see if you're truly a nightmare there, brat. So, bring it up. Batter up, you motherfucker. This is where he looks at Aku. Aku says, don't care what you are. You look nothing like me, so entirely, what the fuck are you? Well, I'm a true nightmare, unlike you, which you're a weird looking thing, but who really cares? He rushes at Mose Akumo with a bat, about to swing it towards Mose Aku because Aku thinks that this is a normal bat until he realized that a bat was actually going to hurt him. So he dodges, but of course he kind of managed to hit him right in like the, what's it called? Well, kind of cut him right in the, what's it called, chest, and this is where he jumps back and says, what the hell? What the hell is that? He noticed the kind of bat managed to become sharp. He says, okay, this is going to be annoying. So of course he decides to pick a fight with mostly, well, Akuro. Akuro is right now fighting against mostly Akuma, but this is where, well, mostly when both of them are starting to kind of throw hands and fight, mostly Akuma had to pull out his own blade called the Night Dancer, or not Night Dancer, mostly the Night Watch, yeah, Night Watch. So it looks like this. But this is where, well, mostly with that happening, this is where, well, both of mostly Aku, well, yeah, both Aku and even what's it called, well, Akuru are right now fighting. This is where, well, both of them says, you're not quite half bad to each other. This is where, well, reddish eyes meets yellow eyes with mostly the fact that they look opposite. This is where, oh, this is where, well, mostly Akuru says, I wonder if we can dodge this nightmare bat slash. This is where, well, he swings his bat down and explodes with such powerful raw energy. This is where, well, Akuru, well, no, not Akuru, mostly Akumu managed to dodge, and this is where he swings his own sword, Dark Slash. This is where, well, a dark nightmare slash was actually rushing straight towards, well, mostly Akuru. Akuru managed to block and says, what the hell? This guy's dangerous. That slash can easily rip through me. I see. So he's like a great counter effect to all nightmares. But he's also a nightmare, which makes no sense. This is where, well, he noticed his bat almost kind of ripped through and destroyed. Yeah, that one slash would have ripped through him. This is where, well, mostly he then says, I need to start leaving. This is where he was about to go until mostly Akumo kind of notices and says, no, you don't. He went into his nightmare true version, berserker state or semi-berserker state, and rushes into mostly Akuro. Akuro turns around and says, what are you? This is where, well, mostly Akumo says, you don't need to know that. His voice became deeper and much more rustier. This is where, well, mostly Akumu then just smashes his hand into, well, the nightmare and destroying his, like, heart, or semi-heart that was there. Destroying him in an instant. This is where Akumu decides to land back down on the ground and says, "That's annoying." He didn't notice the nightmare itself right now turned into nothing but dust. What the? Is that what happens with nightmares? That's crazy. But we go into mostly Akumu kind of saying, "This is annoying and crazy." So that's what a nightmare looks like. But I thought it looked like just like me. What's happening? And this is where, well, he asked for his Shadow Phoenix to come out until his Shadow Phoenix says, "I saw the whole thing." That's a true nightmare. I don't know what exactly you are, but that's what nightmares have to look like. I see. Well, that's interesting. Wait, sorry. Of course, this is where, well, mostly we go into Aku kind of like getting to some vending machines until mostly he sees like this blondish hair girl with two pigtails kind of getting like bullied by mostly like these thugs or trying to just force her to go somewhere. Akumu would ignore her. Of course, she seems to be kind of going to his school, mostly his like old school, being that what's it called, Kuwa. But this is where, well, he would have ignored them until he just had this weird feeling of actually fighting them. So that's what he did. He said, "Fuck it, don't care." This is where he kicked one guy in the face, smashing him into the other guy and says, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Akumu kind of said towards the other two. And the other two says, "Huh? We're doing nothing. You don't need to know this." This is where they pull out blades, and this is where the girl kind of gets scared, hide behind Akumu. Akumu scoffs and says, "Blades? Really?" He would have summoned his own blade, but knows that showing the supernatural to someone random will probably be stupid. Akumu just sighs. Didn't care too much about the blade. Like, if it hurts him, it doesn't really hurt him that much. What Akumu did is basically rush at one of the people, grabbing him from the face and then punching him so hard in the face, knocking his lights out entirely. The other guy right now says, "I'ma kill you!" This is where he tries to stab upon Akumu until Akumu fucking uppercutted his shit. Ding! Knocking him out. He's knocked out for, well, good and mostly long time. This is where, well, he would have turned around to kind of see if the girl is fine, to see she's getting kidnapped by a couple other people. He used to watch up and says, "What is this girl, fucking rich? What, is her family fucking rich that you have to go kidnap her?" God damn it. This is where, well, he noticed a kind of person passing by until this is where, well, he then thinks about it, ride the bike and fucking drive over there really fucking fast. Damn, what am I, a goddamn bodyguard for her? Should I go do it? This is where, well, he then asked the Shadow Phoenix. The Shadow Phoenix, I mean, we can always fly, but showing the supernatural to anyone would be stupid. Exactly. That's what I thought. Yes, I think you should go save her. Maybe she's so interesting that she can be actually a lucky one for Issei. Or she'd probably be more annoying, and if it pissed me off, I might have to destroy it. Of course, for it being a nightmare, you're quite soft, and won't just destroy anything in your way. Shut up, you damn Shadow Phoenix. This is where, well, Akumu decides to say, "Can I borrow your bike for a second?" This is where the person says, yeah. This is where, well, Akumu starts riding that shit like so fast. Think of it like Modi Jim fucking riding really fast, catching up to the car. The people in the car say, "What the?" This is where, well, mostly Akumu decides to fucking smash his leg into the window, which he didn't seem to care too much. And this is where, well, he managed to kind of bust his leg into the window, or right now crashing into the front seat, like the passenger seat. This is where the person says, "Hey, I have a gun, you know." This is where Akumu says, "And do I look like I give a damn?" This is where Akumu reaches to the gun, right now pushes up and then punches the guy in the face, which mostly he managed to kind of get into the car. This is where the guy who's driving thinks, he's about to try to smash into mostly building or something to try to get Akumu out, until Akumu decides to rush towards the car. The passion, mostly driver's seat, right now make that guy slam into the fucking, wheel. Of course, make his leg slam into the fucking brake in an instant. Right now making sure that everyone kind of almost flies over, mostly like tips over. But this is where, well, Akumu wasn't wearing a, what's it called, like seatbelt or anything, but he was quite strong to grab into like the seats and grip onto it tight. This is where the car was about to flip over and says, "Damn, I gotta do this all in a couple of seconds." He started kind of moving super fast. Then no one could see understanding or what the hell was happening until Akumu appeared back outside. He's right now kind of just standing still with the girl in his arms, and this is where the girl was confused. What the? How did we? Well, I did that all fast. What do you want? Oh, okay. Um, can you let go of me? Sure. This is where he just drops her. This is where she say, I mean, like, actually, like, let go of me, not drop me. Well, whatever. You were the one being an idiot and getting kidnapped, which is interesting. What the hell is your family rich? That's why you're getting kidnapped? Damn, that sucks, doesn't it? This is where, well, she then says, can I know your name? Oh, yeah, my name's Akumu. Akumu Hiro. This is where, well, she says, well, Akumu Hiro, how would you like to become my bodyguard? Or mostly, not my bodyguard, my butler. Nope, not interesting. Go away. But you get paid lots of money. Don't care. The hell do I look like? Some fucking person that had to deal with spoiled little brats? Hell no. This is where Akumu walks away while mostly she says, but this is where someone rushes over and says, my lady, are you okay? It was a girl who basically Akumu borrowed a bike from, but yeah. But this is where, well, she was actually made for her, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly while Akumo was walking away, this is where her name was Nagi, and this is where, well, she said, wait, please become my butler. This is where, well, Akumo looks at her and says, no. This is where, well, he's about to walk away until this is where Nagi says, fine, then I'll reveal everyone that mostly in school that you tried to do something to me. What was your name? Was it Issei again? Wait, are you Issei Hiro? This is where, well, Akumu says, I'm Akumu Hiro. It starts with an A. Do I look like I start with a fucking I? This is where, well, she kind of says, no. Also, your personality is way too much rotten, like mostly different from mostly Issei's. Issei doesn't really cuss too much. Well, that's him and me. I am completely fucking different from him. Now, stop comparing me to Issei. Do I look like an Issei to you? Do I look like an idiot to you? How do you know he's an idiot? Well, I never met him, but people keep pissing me off. Now, not the point. Leave me alone, little girl. I'm trying to go fucking home. Wait, I'll pay you anything. Please, become my butler. This is where, well, mostly he's, right now, Akumo just fucking walking away like he didn't give a damn. He went into an alleyway, used the darkness to his advantage, and just disappeared. But yeah, this is where, well, Nagi said, damn it. This is where, well, she wanted him to actually become her butler because he was quite powerful and strong to knock out people and quite fast. She also noticed that he was a bit using power into the supernatural. She knows about the supernatural, but not much. But of course, where, well, right now, Akumo just disappears and goes back into where he was at. He's right now getting a headache with a bunch of fucking people. First, a little sassy girl who's actually trying to ask him to become a butler. That ain't happening because he's a fucking mafia boss. Nah, fuck that shit. He ain't gonna go fucking downgrade. Like, the fuck? No. This is where, well, we'll see, we'll see what's it called. So, Kage is actually, what's it called, like, right now kind of dealing with the fact that mostly, just seeing how Akumo is like, so that was interesting. This is where, well, mostly Kage said, this is where, well, Issei says, hell no, it wasn't interesting. Or mostly Akumo says, hell no, it wasn't interesting. But sorry about that. But of course, well, he gets home. He just deals with kind of going to sleep. Of course, well, this time Junko's in his room, and of course, he doesn't really kick her out. If it was Rainer, he would have kicked her out instantly because Akumo still hates Rainer a lot, no matter what. But yeah, but this is where, well, we go into mostly another time skip. A time skip about mostly 2 weeks later. Mostly, not 2 weeks later, a week later. The reason why it's been a week later is because mostly Bong was training mostly Issei until this where, well, mostly he got a call from an unknown number. He took the call, he just answered and says, hello. This is where, well, the person says on the other side in a somewhat deep masculine voice says, you need to come to the school, mostly Kendo Club. That's where, well, mostly Akumo says, and why the fuck should I do that? That's where, well, because you said you needed sword training, so I would train you myself. That's where, well, mostly Akumo says, okay, yeah, wait, this is where he dodges a strike from Bong, and this is where, well, he says, let me finish this up real fast. This is where he hangs up on the person says, wait, I didn't even, god damn it, he's gonna show up anytime soon. That's where, well, mostly Bong keeps swinging attacks straight towards mostly Issei, which Issei managed to easily, well, not Issei, mostly Akumu managed to easily kind of counter-strike them all. And this is where, well, he was about to get kind of like kicked in the face if he didn't dodge to the right. This is where, well, he managed to dodge to the right and sent a very powerful jab into mostly Bong's kind of shoulder. This is where Bong said, whoa, that kind of hurt it. Luckily, it's not dislocated. Oh, it is. Well, it seems that training's over for today. Gotta go fix this myself. That's where, oh, we'll see how come I say. Sorry about that. I also need to be going, Bong. I need to be going to a kennel club at my school. Oh, you never did mention what school do you go to. So what school do you go to? Yeah, well, about that. So you're telling me you go to Kuo. Wasn't that school full of girls? It became a mostly general neutral kind of place after a while. And why did you go there? I have no clue why. I think I was just drugged out of my mind when I went there. That's what, well, Bong says, well, why aren't you going right now? And just some problems. It's just, I was dating someone until I kind of, how should I say? Well, I wasn't dating them. They're mostly somewhat my friend, and I thought I could trust my friends. And, well, it turns out that I couldn't. They were nothing but selfish people. So, of course, I just kind of said I was depressed and decided to just went on my way and train to get my mind off of it. Besides, your methods of kind of becoming calm, using my meditating and other things, makes it much easier for me to be less depressed and less to think of them. This is where Bong says, so my methods are working against you. But not much. You still have so much pure evil inside you. Well, you can say that. This is where, well, Akumu says, yeah, you can say that. Besides, I'm the evil version of my actual user. This is where, well, mostly Akumu kind of sighs and says, well, other than that, I should probably be going there. Don't know why people are asking me to go there. I never even went to the kennel club. Okay. Well, good luck with that. This is where, well, Bong says, if you need a sword, I got a couple of wooden swords here. That's where, well, mostly, what's it called? Akumu says, no, I'll be fine. I think it's just someone trying to fight me for some reason. But I think I'll be fine. I think I can just dodge him. This is where, well, Bong says, if you're sure, you're sure. Okay, well, good luck, kid. This is where, well, mostly, Issei goes towards mostly getting out of the classroom until he sees a white-haired person with kind of yellowish eyes. His name is Garu, and Garu is actually kind of always bored in this class. Mostly in this kind of club, he's considered to be the strongest, but when Akumu showed up, nah, he was kind of considered to be kind of equal and rival to Garu. Garu says, hey, where you going, dude? The class isn't even over. That's where, well, Akumu says, I'm going to my school. Now, Garu, what the fucker do you want anyway? I'm gonna come with you. You don't even go to the school. Who gives a damn? I'm bored. Right now, I think I master all the techniques here. I'm just bored. I've just been here because why not? The old man's cool. This is where, well, mostly Issei scoffs, or mostly Akumu scoffs and says, whatever, let's go then. This is where Garu says, sweet. This is where someone says, hey, wait for fucking me, fuck off. This is where, well, mostly there was someone else that was actually able to rival Garu. His name is Kazutora, and this is where Kazutora says, wait for me, I'm bored out here also. This is where they kind of go off and Bong says, hey, where the hell do you two, you're going? This is where Kazutora says, don't worry, I'll come back tomorrow. This is where Garu says, yeah, I'll be showing up tomorrow also. This is where, well, we'll see. Akumu kind of just walks off, but yeah. This is where, well, they kind of just walk next to, mostly, Akumu. Kazutora kind of says, so, where are we going exactly? This is where, well, Garu says, I'm just following this man because I'm bored. And I know all the fucking fun fights usually happen around this idiot. This is where Akumu says, call me an idiot one more time, I'm launching you straight to a fucking trash can, dumping your ass in there. This is where Garu says, bring it. This is where, well, Mosie's a kind of fighting freak half the time. So, of course, Mosie Akumu looks kind of ticked out because, well, the fact that Garu wants to fight him again. This is where, well, Mosie, we go into the somewhat kind of, well, a little bit of sparring fight with Garu and Akumu. Akumu managed to kick him right in the face because he was getting annoyed and says, come on, let's just hurry this shit up. Stop trying to fight me, you asshole. This is where, well, Garu says, you're always skilled as always. Yeah, shut up and let's go. Kazutora says, man, I'm bored. So we're gonna be fighting some kind of like sword users or something? Because I never did learn how to use a sword. This is where Gato says, if that's the case, then I hope they can actually give me a challenge against my own techniques. This is where, well, mostly Akumu says, I don't know who exactly we're fighting. I just got a call by a masculine voice. Somewhat. I think they were trying to be masculine. I can't tell. It's probably some just boy teenagers that got mad at the fact that I haven't been in school for a while. And they can't try to pick a fight with me. This is where Gato says, bring it then. He punches his hands together. This is where, well, mostly Cazador says, yeah, I'm bored. I haven't actually fought anyone after mostly a while. This is where, well, mostly they are kind of just walking. They get to the school and they jump over the fucking wall. Like, bruh, who gives a damn? They scale over the wall, jumped over, and they don't care. There was an easy way to kind of go to the entrance, but mostly Akumo didn't want to be bothered by any of the girls seeing him. So, yeah. Especially Rias. He doesn't want to look for Rias, Irina, or anyone, especially Akuno. He kicked the shit out of Akuno a while ago, so he'd rather not deal with her. But we go into mostly them getting to the kennel club. They see two perverted idiots right now, kind of still doing the perverted idiot things. It's been over like a month since they recovered, but yeah. But this is where, well, they were dating mostly, what's it called, Rias, but they weren't going to last long. This is where, well, they're right now kind of saying, ooh. This where, well, they both kind of dress up fine and nice and trying to, well, see the girls if they would actually be interested in them. Because they managed to get a date with mostly Rias, one of the popular girls. This is where, well, when that happened, they were trying to be very arrogant and other things, and this is where when they walk into the club. But yeah, this is where, well, Muramasa says, well, mostly the leader, kind of named Muramasa, says, what the hell are you two doing here? Oh, don't worry, sweet cheeks. This is where both of them said. Just don't worry, we're here to offer ourselves up. You know, instead of being perverts, we should just do this the old good-fashioned way. And that is, how about this? If you lose against our skills, you become ours. All of you. This is where, well, mostly, well, both of them said. This is where, well, someone says, that's a good idea. I would love to actually fight one of you guys. I feel like you guys are the one to call mostly Akumo. This is where, well, mostly Gato says, hell yeah. So, who am I going to be fighting? The Baldy? This is where, well, mostly Kazutora says, no fair. I wanted to fight the Baldy. Why am I fighting the nerd? This is where, well, mostly Akumo just seen this. Sweatshop and saying, sorry about that. Mostly I got a call to come here to the club. I feel like you're two idiots who will actually call me to actually fight me. If that was the case, then Garu, Kazutora, go ahead and fight them. This is where mostly both of the guys mostly swear up because they were not the one to call mostly the guy with blackish hair and reddish eyes. This is where, well, it's kind of creepy to see his red eyes, but it's even scarier to see a guy with kind of whitish hair and yellowish eyes, which right now they're slick. And this is where the other guy kind of having blackish and yellowish hair that looks like a delinquent, having yellowish eyes and having a tiger tattoo, kind of looking at mostly, well, Murahama with a look of, you're fucked. While mostly, well, the other one looks to be looking at mostly Matsuda and saying, you're so fucked up. This is where, well, or mostly you're so going to be fucked up, but yeah. This is where, well, both of them sweat up and say, hey, we can talk about this. We weren't trying to fight you. This is where Kazutora says, oh, it's no worries. We're going to hurt you really, really, really bad. Hey, you were the one trying to pick a fight. So, this is fair, isn't it? This is where, well, mostly both of them just switch up and try to run away. But this is where, well, mostly Gato will appear right in front of mostly Matsuda and send a punch into his face, a jab into his stomach, a jab into his, also his, like, right arm, and then start beating his ass, start kind of giving him the fucking combo. But yeah. But this is where, well, we go into mostly, well, next to be, what's it called? Murahama. Murahama tries to run away. Kazutora says, oh, where do you think you're going? He trips the guy, smashing his face into the ground, breaking his glasses, and of course fucking up his new suit. And this is where, well, we'll see. Kazutora says, you don't need to go anywhere, glasses. You're so fucked. Don't worry. I heard everything what you just said. We're just here to actually pick a fight with you anyway. I thought you guys were strong, since you go to Kuo. But I guess it's wrong. You're nothing like what's called Akumu. Who the hell is Akumu? I never heard of this person. Oh, don't worry. You don't need to know for too long. This is where, well, Kazutora just stomps on mostly, what's it called? Murahama's face, knocking him out. And also mostly, what the hell? So mostly this is where mostly Masuda was kind of fighting against Garu, tried to send a punch at him, but this is where Garu just blocks instantly with one finger and says, "You're quite weak. Let me show you what I can do." Jab, tiger. This is where he jabs so fast into mostly what's it called, Matsuda's stomach. Matsuda's stomach in an instant, knocking him out, hitting him in a pressure point. This is where the girls are sword chopping, but this is where mostly Akumu says, "So who was the one trying to fight me with a sword?" Mostly, since I got called unknown halfwit. This is where Muramasa says, "That'll be me." Wait, I thought I was supposed to be fighting the guy. Just because my name is no, I heard from the freaking what? But then again, it does sound a bit feminine. I guess you were the one trying to act tough in the phone? This is where Muramasa scoffs and says, "Why would I act tough? I'm already tough." This is where Ichigo is right now sweat dropping, seeing how mostly Akumo and even Muramasa right now glaring at her. Right now, even though everyone thinks they're glaring at each other, no, they're glaring at specifically Ichigo. Ichigo says, "Oh shit, they're going to kill me if I don't." This is where, before she can even walk away, Lincoln right now grabs her and says, "Where do you think you're going, Ichigo?" Ichigo says, wait, come on, Lincoln, we can talk about this." "No, if you let me stay here, they're going to try to kill me." "Of course I'm gonna let them kill you, you idiot. What the hell was that whole acting kind of tough and manly?" That's what mostly Ichigo says. "Hey, I have two little sisters. One that acts like a tomboy and the other that acts girly. Aren't you the tomboy? Oh, shut up already." This is where, mostly they're kind of arguing, but this is where, Issei said, other than, what the hell? This is where, mostly other than that, we go into mostly, mostly, let me say that again. Mostly Muramasa says, "So, how about get a sword or something?" This is where, mostly Akumo says fine. He grabs one of the kendo swords and looks at mostly Muramasa. This is where both of them looks at each other. She has two dual-wielded ones, while mostly Akumo uses one. This is where she says, "Why don't you get another one?" This is where, Akumo says, "I think I'm comfortable in this." This is where, mostly she grins. "Also, don't try to use taijutsu or any martial arts. Understand?" This is where Akumo scoffs and says, "Whatever." This is where, mostly we go into mostly Garu and mostly Kazutora watching this. We go into mostly Muramasa rushing at Issei or mostly Akumo. Akumo blocks one attack and blocks the other sword, and this is where he keeps blocking each sword. This is where he strikes a strike at mostly Muramasa. Muramasa blocks and says, "You're skilled, but not skilled enough. You're using instinct to block everything, at the same time trying to strike at me." This is where, mostly Akumo nodded. He knows that his weakness is to have zero skills on a sword. He pretty much just has Issei kind of shitty sword style. This is where, he tries to always create his own, but it's really hard to create his own when he doesn't even know the first basics of how to use a sword entirely. Well, he does, but he doesn't at the same time. Since mostly Issei should have paid attention to Kiba much more. But no, that idiot was thinking of something else. But of course, we go into mostly Muramasa managed to kind of block a sword strike from mostly Akumo and then smash the sword kendo into his neck and point the one near his eye. That's where Akumo says, "I would have died in an instant for that." She says, "Correct. Now, that's interesting. You're very interesting, Akumo, Hyoto." This is where, the other girls were kind of sweat dropping, remembering his last name. This is where, Lincoln and even Ichigo remembers the fact that, what's it called? Issei's, mostly that is Issei's body, but that isn't at the same time because entirely his personality changed to be more like Aku's, but yeah, because Aku's the other nightmare version, they're confused a little bit. This is where, mostly there's also the two kind of kendo girls that mostly are usually with mostly Akumo and his organization, being that what's it called, Azula and even Juko. They're right now watching this, and this is where, they're swear chopping because this is where, mostly Muramasa is a sharp girl, very sharp. So of course, this is where, when Muramasa says, "You kind of remind me of Issei Hyoto. Your kind of fighting style also does remind me of Issei. Your kind of breathing, your mostly hair, if it was actually still brown, but if he had an emo version side of himself. That's where, you remind me so much of Issei. So tell me, Akumo, are you Issei?" This is where, Akuno was also there because, She was kind of hurt and she didn't really say anything. She was just glaring at Akumu. Akumu sighs and says, "No, I'm not. Quit the lying and bullshit. I feel like you're a nightmare. And you think I didn't know about that? Nightmares are those that mostly are the manifestation of someone's kind of dark intent. And you are no exception to that. You are definitely the nightmare version of Issei. So tell me, did Issei lose to a battle between you? Or did Issei just let you have his body?" "Well, I can actually think of the former. I feel like he probably gave up in the middle of battle between." This is what Akumu says. "I offered to take over his body. I never said anything that I will actually take over his body, fight him, and kill him." This is where, well, we'll see. Well, Muramasa says, "Interesting. So you offer, but why?" He noticed Akuno and glares at her and says, "Easy." This is where he decides to explain what happened. Some of the Kendo girls look saddened, and of course, knowing that the pervert kind of just gave up on life entirely and would have ended his life entirely if it wasn't for Aku kind of stepping in. This is where, well, mostly Muramasa looks kind of angry, pissed, annoyed. Her personality doesn't mostly show that she's always angry. She's always so calm and mostly gentle, and really, she's just never shown to be quite angry and pissed. But this is where, well, she was right now very furious. This is where, well, she then kind of says, "Are you serious? So that's what happened to him? So that's why I haven't seen him in a while. Damn it. Are you in?" "Yes, I love him, okay? He's cute half the time. He might be a pervert, but God, he was cute. He was more cuter than those two idiots over there. Your new friends are kind of holding on to him." What? This is where both fucking, well, mostly Morohama and Matsuda hears about this. Akumu is actually Issei. And if they could actually tell people, they would. They would portray Issei in a heartbeat just to kind of show that they don't like pretty boys. Especially Issei. They never really liked Issei because he was always cute and mostly virgin girl eyes. But yeah. That's why they became friends with him. Tried to turn him into a full pervert and tried to make him do something stupid so they can actually have the girls for themselves. But this is where, well, after hearing mostly what Issei said, this is where, well, we'll see. They have dated Rias and has noted that she's a little bit so picky. This is where, well, both mostly Garu and Kazutora says, "So what do we do with these two?" This is where Akumu says, "I would suggest kill them." This is where they say, "Sweet." This is where both of them, both mostly Issei's old friend says, "Wait, no, Issei, please, listen to us. We are sorry. We didn't mean to date Rias." Oh, I don't really care about that red cow. You think I care? She was the reason why the original almost died. So, if killing you will be a good thing to get rid of you, you lustful fucking pigs. This is where, well, we'll see. Well, they say, please, let's talk about this. This is where Garu says, nope, there's no more talking about this. We're going to kill you. This is where, well, two girls says, we can help. This is where, well, we'll see. Garu says, nope, we're going to kill them by ourselves because we're bored. So, Kazutora, get your fucking group over here so we can actually, like, beat the shit of them somewhere. Sure, whatever. This is where Kazutora calls up mostly one of his vice captains to actually get over here to actually fucking help them and drive them into a secret place to actually beat the shit of them. This is where Muramasa goes up to mostly Akumu and hugs him. Of course, this is where she puts her kind of chest in front of Akumu. So she kind of looks like this right now, her outfit, but this is where, well, she kind of put mostly Issei's face into her chest, but yeah. Or Akumu. Akumu just kind of says, what are you doing? This is where Miyamoto says, please, let's stay here for a second. I really love Issei. I truly like him. And, well, some of the girls in Kendo can actually agree with that. They also like Issei. Right, Azula and Junko? I know you girls love them. This is where, well, they blush. This is where, well, we'll see. Miyamoto says, but still, you're a good person for being a nightmare, Akumu. So how about this? I'll help you train mostly in swordsman so you can actually help the original. So, why not? I really don't mind. I want my husband to actually be strong in swordsman style. So when I actually see him back again. This is where Akuno was crying. This is where, well, she goes up to Akumo and hugs him also and says, I'm sorry for attacking that one time. This is where, well, both was it Moriyama and Catherine also cry also and they hug Issei. Issei said, well, I'm not the original so I can't help you with that. This is where, well, Akuno says, I know I fucked up. Would he hate me still? His heart was full of shatter and broken. Thanks to Rainer in the first place killing him and actually making sure that his heart was shattered, you girls even made it worse. So I don't know if he hates you. He was depressed and was in the conscious world. Akuno. Akane just tried to do something stupid to that. Yes, we know the Red Dragon Empress is a girl. So yeah, they actually know about that. Because Akumo did explain that. This is where, which mostly makes Muramoto kind of interested in the fact that the Red Dragon Empress is actually, or Red Dragon Emperor is actually a girl and now considered to be the Red Dragon Empress. So history was a lie sometimes, but yeah. This is where, some of the girls kind of hug and apologize to mostly Akumo about the fact that they want mostly Issei and other things, and yeah. This is where, mostly Issei or mostly Akumo sweat drops, but of course you can feel like the heart is rebuilding itself slowly into his chest, which is confusing. Wouldn't it be mostly Issei's return? This is where, he didn't just shake that thought off and then just kind of talk to Muramasa to ask her when the train will be fine. She says every kind of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday will be fine. Weekends, I really just want to relax most of the time. So yeah, that's where, mostly Akumo nodded. This is where, Muramoto says, but still, I hope this actually helps him because I really, really want mostly Issei to come back. This is where, mostly, Akumo nodded and says, sure. This is where, mostly Akuno says, so where do you live exactly? So I can get out of the house of, Rias and her fucking new boyfriend can go do whatever. I live somewhere, in an apartment. I don't really want to show you because I don't know if you will affect mostly his heart. Please. This is where Akuno pleads towards mostly Akumo. This is where, mostly Akumo sighs and says, fine. I'll tell you, but if Ria shows up or anyone else, I'm killing all of them. This is where she nodded. This is where, she was about to keep, kind of, mostly try to talk to Akumo, until Akumo says, also, before I go. This is where he kind of, like, pokes her forehead, and this is where her queen piece kind of just shoots out and says, I don't want her to be, I don't want you to be following, or any of that. That's where she said, but wouldn't I consider to be a stray? Are you a half devil? No, you're still your fallen angel side and human side now. I see. Thank you. This is where, she doesn't know what to do with the evil piece. And this is where, mostly Akumo says, you can always just throw it away. Who really cares? Rias can go look for it later. Or she's probably too busy getting fucked over by her new boyfriend. This is where, mostly Akuno does nod and says, I do. This is where she just tossed a piece somewhere into like a trash can of like probably the swimming club team, but whatever. And that's where, mostly Akuno decides to come back and just says, other than that, not the swimming club team, mostly it was like the football ball team trash can, but yeah, she just tossed in there. So when Ria's going to go look for it, it's going to smell really, really bad. But this where, we go into a time skip of mostly later on. The Grimoire seal that's on them, mostly on almost all the servants usually get destroyed also from mostly Issei, but yeah, or Akumo. Other than that, we go into mostly a time skip later on. Yes, Akuno has realized that she's not going to school much either, because, she's actually going to be dealing with some of the paperwork that Issei has been doing, and that is being a let me say it again. A mob boss. This is where, a mafia boss, and this is where, mostly, Akuno doesn't mind really helping him, but yeah. Other than that, I'm thinking of leaving it off here for this part for this what if. Other than that, bye soon, yeah? See ya.